and probably not the video you were expecting. Yeah, everything has changed. It is a dramatic change in our life. Hey y'all, it's Brady. Welcome to my channel and thank you so much for joining me. Today we've got a rather interesting video. So, yeah, everything has changed. Maybe not everything, but a lot of things based off of one thing. Does that make any kind of sense at all? Probably not, but it will in a moment when I finally get to my point here. But, first of all, I apologize for the lack of videos lately. You've pretty much only gotten a grocery haul from me pretty much for the month of August. And there's just been a lot going on. So, as y'all know, we had COVID, so that was a battle in and of itself. Thankfully, we are all well from that. And then, you know, I was in this busying for nursing school time period and trying to get things in order and getting last minute things and trying to get the house in order. And then everything changed. And I don't want to be one of those people that's like, oh my gosh, I'm trying not to be emotional and being like over dramatic. And I apologize if this video seems dramatic. That's not my intention. But it is a dramatic change in our life. It is not a permanent change. Fingers crossed. But this is not how I saw this video going. So, anyways, if you're new here, hi, hello, and welcome. This is probably not the video that you were hoping for or thinking you were getting. Or if you're not new here, it's not the video that, sorry, there was a fly. It is not the video that you are, this gnat is killing me. Okay, it is not the video, the type of video that you're used to. And probably not the video you were expecting. So, anyways, where do I go from here? So everything has changed, and let me just take you back to last week, and we'll kind of go through what happened. So I don't know exactly what day y'all are actually going to see this video. I'm filming on Wednesday, the 24th. It could go up tomorrow. It could go up tonight. I really have no idea. But hopefully you're seeing it this week. And, that's why I'm like in the car filming, waiting in the carpool line, the whole 9 yards. So let me just start back from last week. So I should have started school for nursing school. My first day should have been, August the 22nd, which was this past Monday for me. And, that was our plan. I've known that all along. And we were just moving right along with trying to get everything in order, going through the calendar. There were some calendar changes with school, so then that was frustrating. Then they decided we couldn't wear just any type of scrubs as long as they were a certain brand. We had to wear specific styles, but they decided that like 3 weeks before school started. So there was all this uproar because, you know, we had all already spent our money on our scrubs. So anyways, we got that sorted out though. And I was like, you know, it is what it is. Like, a friend of mine and I just blatantly told our teacher, our director of nursing, and was like, y'all waited too late to tell us that when we have it in writing that you explicitly told us otherwise. So anyways, let me just get to the point here. So last week, aside from all that going on, last week was, crazy. So last week I found out, well, no. 3 weeks ago, I found out that our kids' after school program was going to be delayed. They were not going to be able to start with the start of school, which I was like, okay, it's not that big of a deal. The way that it was going to work, it was like the first 2-ish weeks of nursing school for me, not just, it was about a month after school started that they were going to be able to open. And then about 2 weeks into my schooling that we would need to find alternate arrangements, because the times that I get out of classes and the times my kids get out of school don't line up. And because we have, like, my dad and stepmom are in Alabama, my in-laws are right here in town, but my mother-in-law works full-time till the evenings, and then my mom and my stepdad do live very close to us as well. So my mom is pretty much our backup. And so she and I were discussing things, and she was like, well, yeah, I'll just pick them up for you, you know, in that 2-week time period or so. And we were like, okay, great. So that was going to be our plan, because you have to understand, my husband works crazy hours. Y'all have heard me say that a billion times, but what that means is there's a lot to balance. And if you work full-time, normal hours, and then your kids are in school, you know what I'm talking about. Even if you don't and you work from home, it's not that easy to just, you know, everything has to be planned out when you have kids. You can't just decide to do something. And so this has been planned out and planned out and planned out for months and months and months and months and months. Then they delayed the start of the after school program. So we came up with our alternate plan, and then my mom was going to be our backup for if I had class or clinical and the kids had, you know, something going on or they were sick or whatever. So that was going to be our plan. Then last week we got word that now they're not even sure that they're going to open at all, the after school program, which I don't even have words. Honestly, still reeling from that. How they had all summer to get their staffing under control, and here we are into the school year and they still don't have their staffing under control. Mind you, you have to pay for this program, and we had already put in our deposit, okay? And that's non-refundable. Now, if they cancel it altogether, I'm sure we'll get our money back. I will fight them on that. But my point is, plus you're talking about people's children and their life schedules. To me, it was just, that's a whole nother rant for a whole nother time. So they've had months and months and months to prepare and are not prepared to open. And so they still don't know, and they were going to inform us the absolute decision in a few days. But we were already like, okay, we're going to have to make a decision here. And then, unfortunately, my mom got sick, not big scary COVID virus related, but something else. So she has spent some time in the hospital. And so things are just crazy. So we didn't have aftercare, and we didn't have our backup aftercare, and we had no options. And so, unfortunately, here's the big dramatic news. What that means is that I had to give up my spot for this semester for nursing school. So everything has changed. So at the very, very last minute, and I do mean the last minute, we were supposed to start on the 22nd. I had to notify them on the... I technically sent my email to my director and called her also and left a voicemail. But it was on a day that I did not realize that she was not in the office, which was the Thursday before, which was last Thursday. So, so she didn't even get back to me, didn't even see the information until that Friday morning, which was literally 2 days. I mean, it was the day before, literally the last business day, then the weekend before the program started. Which, if you know me, is not how I like to live my life. I do not like to inconvenience other people. I don't like to wait till the last minute to do things. It is not of my nature. Okay, sorry. I'll get to that in a moment. Anyways, I don't like to do that. I don't like to do last minute things. I don't like to be the person that drops the ball, but this was not a circumstance that we could avoid. Believe me, we played out every single scenario known to man. to try to figure it out. And that was our only option. So I had to, on Friday, then change my schedule, take other classes, figure out how to change my major, where I'm at, and try to figure out a new plan, which means now, hopefully, either in the spring, which would mean January for me, the spring semester, or in next fall, depending on what that looks like, then I'll go to school then. So nursing school is still going to happen. I still have scrubs and a stethoscope and a blood pressure cuff and backpack and new lunchbox stuff and all sorts of things that cannot be used right now, but they will be, and we will figure it out from there. So that means that this semester I am taking lifespan development and what else? There's something else. I don't know. Microbiology, but it's online. And I am taking an honors class, British literature studies class. So yeah, that's the big news. That's where I've been. Honestly, I have been in a really crummy, crappy place about it. It's been hard. It's been really hard. But you know, it is what it is now. We somewhat have a plan. I have spent my time applying to other programs, that we'll see how that goes, and we're just gonna have to go from there and see what happens. Now, the coughing you heard is because then my girls got a virus also on Friday. One of them started on Friday. She missed Friday and Monday and Tuesday. She just went back to school today, but then the youngest got it, and now she's home. So yeah, we're just, again, they've been tested the whole 9 yards. It's not COVID, but it's just some virus, and they're just gonna have to fight it off, which stinks, but it is what it is. So, you know, I don't know. So it's been a lot. So then I was going to take a microbiology class on campus because it wasn't going to interfere with my nursing classes. And then I found out that no, I needed to take it online because the kids are sick. So the kids are home, and you have to be counted present the first week of school in order to get your financial aid and all this stuff. So it's been a whole big mess. It's been a whole big mess. People have asked me if I was planning to quit YouTube because of nursing school. No, I was not. I'm still not planning to quit YouTube. But things have changed. Life looks drastically different this week than we had envisioned. This week looking, it has been, it's been difficult. Now, the funny thing is, careful what you pray for. Because I prayed, I don't know, I just felt really conflicted, and I didn't know what to do about the aftercare situation, and just didn't know what we were going to end up doing. And kind of prayed for, you know, like, what does this mean? What should I do? And then my mom got sick, and that's not a laughing matter. She is okay. She's doing well. And, but it was, I had kind of said, you know, all right, God, like, show me, should I just give up my seat, or what should I do? You know, is it gonna work out? And then this was kind of the answer I got, where I didn't have another choice. So life is interesting, and God certainly answers prayers, answers your questions, maybe just not how you wanted them to. So but it is what it is. It's done now. So that's the situation. I am getting my other kiddo from school and gonna go home and probably try to get this video up for y'all this evening. So thank you so much for being here. If you have any questions, leave them down below. I appreciate all your prayers and all your encouragement over the last several weeks, months, whatever it has been now. And I did not end up doing the nursing school supply haul because I'm not going this semester. So I may still go ahead and get that filmed and then post that for y'all closer to time. We'll see. We'll see. But thank you so much for being here. Thank you for all your support and encouragement and kind words, and for always being here. If you are new, what a video to start on, but go ahead and introduce yourself in the comments down below. If you're not new, but you've never said hello before, go ahead, say hello down in the comments. Y'all know that I love chatting with y'all and getting to know you in the comments. It is truly one of the absolute best parts of this whole thing on YouTube here. So until next time, y'all, I will see you in the comments down below. Bye, y'all.